Let me introduce my good friends here, Susu Graham and Coach Christopher Nimili. Coach, it's good to have you on the show. Susu, it's good to have you on the show.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Blockbuster topic to begin. Your good friend, Porter Ball, I know you were rooting for him. I know you wanted them to trust the process, give him a chance to succeed. 2-0 against Aston Villa. Todd Bowley has seen enough.
To be honest, I'm a bit down because today is one of my darkest days in football.
Oh.
My Man United just got beat. Just at the time I was trying to take that in good faith and try and organize myself for the program. Then my best friend, oh Lord Jesus.
You mean your best friend?
My best friend.
Oh, Chuck Norris.
I mean, he just texted me, Charlie, I've been sacked. I said, what is that? It's a 5-year contract.
Yeah.
They need to believe
7 months. 7 months in.
Gotten rid of him. Look, I'm the first to accept that results has not been what it should be. Chelsea got spoiled the moment Abramovich bought that club. And from that time till now, there's a standard you have to keep.
Yeah.
The supporters...
You mean Chelsea fans have been spoiled?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been spoiled. The moment Abramovich bought that team, they are used to winning. And I think that is good for football. And that is good for the EPL. That is good for the Champions League. Because these are competitive games or competition that you want to be even more competitive.
Yeah.
By getting new teams. Chelsea they were never classified as one of the big guys in Europe until Abramovich came. So after the exit of Abramovich, Todd Bowley and his people bought the team. They cannot run away from that demand. The supporters demand that this team is always in and among the mix when it comes to battling for the title, battling for Champions League. They want to see Chelsea there. Graham Potter got the job, and the Chelsea people won't let us listen. They will not give us, sound mind to look at the man and critically analyze him.
Yeah.
They gave him the Porter Ball. You see proper football.
5-year contract.
5-year lucrative contract. I think it was £10 million
He was the third highest paid manager in the world.
Third highest paid manager in the world.
How?
If you dish out such a contract to the man, you need to believe in the process. You need to trust the mechanism.
I think he's lucky he works in football, because in other industries, when you're sacked for non-performance, you don't get the rest of your contract. But
you understand?
He'll be fine.
Right now, as it stands, it looks like they are going to be throwing away close to £45 million
to pay him compensation.
I think it's closer to about maybe even 15. Rather than, I think because Guardiola is about 16 million, he's about 15, 14 million.
Wow. So if they are to pay him off for the rest of the
closer
duration,
to 35 maybe.
40 million.
Million pounds. You throw that money away at him.
That's a lot of money.
Look, it's a huge money. And knowing these coaches, they signed the contract such that if you were to sack them,
you have to pay them.
The only time you stop paying them is when they now get a new job. Then you can stop paying. Because if Graham Potter were to decide that he's not going to work again for the next 5 years or 4.5 years, Chelsea will have to pay him for that period. But let's call a spade a spade. Did he deserve the sack? Kind of. Maybe yes, maybe no. As a coach here myself, I would have said that, look, there's no way they were going to get it. Champions League football. There's no way they are going to win any title. There is no way they will win the Champions League. But if you look at what has gone on within the playing body, he needed some time to fix it. He needed some time to fix it. And I would have thought that they would have stuck with him to the end of the season, give him his own pre-season, and get him to come and start afresh.
Just before you even go on, do you think the panic of not making Europe at all, even the Europa League or Conference League, is what pushed Chelsea to push the button.
I think they are not being smart enough. If they think they should be in the Europa, look, no big team like to play in the Europa or Conference
League.
I think it is rather
You
a
think
blessing in disguise.
You think
if
it's Champions League or nothing?
on other.
I think from the financial side, when you spend all that money and FFP is breathing down your neck, every dollar counts.
I understand, but
you need to at least have some of those things to say, okay, there's this income. I guess
I get what you mean. Even if you don't want to play in the competition, the financial rewards of getting in there should count for something.
Coaches don't like playing Thursday night football. Look, ask Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah,
it is beginning to have a toll
on
his team. So I rather prefer my team not play in the Conference League or Europa Cup. So that you remember the season before Antonio Conte won them the league. I think Chelsea ended the season 10th or 11th. 10th.
Yep.
So when Antonio Conte came, they had no
competition.
They committed themselves to the league title, and they were by far the better team. So I would have thought that if the people, the Todd Bowley and his people, if they were actually following the history of this team, they could have gone back. Okay, there's a precedent. There's something we can refer to. Let's keep it in there. Let's encourage him. Look, do your best against Real Madrid. Do they think the new coach Bounce will get them past Real Madrid? I have said no, that will not happen. Because the players themselves still do not understand. The team that Thomas Tuchel used to win the league, win the Champions League, how many of them are still around as we speak?
I would say Thiago Silva, Chilwell, Reece James, Kante,
just a few of them, a handful of them.
Havertz and Mason Mount. If I think about them,
and Mason Mount is on his way out.
Edward and Edward Mendy and Kepa are also there.
Yes, so
but at least half of that team is gone.
Yeah, half of that team is gone. And even those who have left, those who are present now, what is
they're on their way down.
They are on the decline.
Yep.
So it's a new transitional process. You see, the thing is now being recycled for the future. Look at the players they've bought. There's Modric. There's the left-footed winger, the one with the Nigerian name. Madueke. You see, they bought new enterprising youngsters that need time. Because of that, I think they should have kept the man in the job.
At least to the end of the season.
To the end of and allow him pre-season and give him the first 5 or 10 games of the first of his own season to see if then it didn't work out, then you get rid of him. But I'm sure most of the Chelsea fans listening to me or watching the program will say, what is Coach
talking about?
At the end of the day,
who
are you going to bring? That is going to
because that would be pressure for the new manager.
The new manager is not going to get them.
That's part of, I think, the Chelsea thing that even Todd Bowley said they won't do. They're not going to get into this dysfunctional method of constantly sacking. Because it's always been the Chelsea way. Things are not wrong. Because we have good players. If we sack the manager, the new manager will come and figure something out. That's been the Chelsea way since Abramovich came in. And he said, no, we are building a project.
Yes.
We are going to build the Graham Potter Chelsea project. He's going to be our Arteta, our Pep, our
when
club.
Pep came, Pep was given his first pre-season. He plays fourth. And I'm sure if Pep had placed fifth,
ever placed in the league.
If Pep had not gotten Manchester City, they wouldn't have sacked him. Give the man time. Result-wise, it wasn't. I think he won out of 31 games. I think he won only 10 or 12 or so. I stand to be correct.
11
out of 31 games. It is not a good turnover at all. It's a very, very bad turn in terms of the result. But if you understand football, you have to allow him to work. And for me, look, Brendan Rodgers still got sacked.
We'll get into that as well.
This is a record. This is the first time the Brendan Rodgers sacking was the record. And then some few hours later, Chelsea have even bettered the record. Oh, Lord Jesus.
This is the first time in Premier League.
We've had 12.
So Rodgers was 12.
12.
So Potter is 13.
13 managers fired in the season.
In the season.
Wow. Because some teams are fired twice.
That's a different level of ruthlessness.
Yes.
I mean, look, Susu, let me just really take your thoughts.
Numbers.
I mean, coach has spoken extensively about having to give Potter the preseason, give him the opportunity. Do you think that Chelsea looked at where they're falling now on the table and said, you know what, very soon if we don't take care, we could be in the relegation fight?
Oh, that was not going to happen.
It was not going to happen?
No.
Based on the trajectory of results?
No. relegation. I always say the relegation, you just have to be better than 3 teams.
But until they got beat by Aston Villa, I think they have won their last three games.
They were trotting along.
But they've dropped to what, 11th on the table?
Yeah, 11th. Yeah. Look, I don't think relegation was a concern, but I think for the Chelsea brand, as a club, knowing that you are a team that is supposed to be challenging for titles, 11th is not good enough. Yeah. There's no way to go about it. But like, I agree a lot with coach about their time and things. Coaching is not just coming. There are some coaches who can get the instant impact, but they are the rarity. Yeah. And a lot of the time they get the impact because maybe they have preseason. Look at even Tuchel when he won the Champions League. He had a team that had some functioning there, and he just came and fixed the defense. There's a reason he started playing the 3 at the back, because he realized that this team is too porous. Graham Potter is not there to fix the defense, because the defense, like I've said, is one of the better ones in the league. Yep. They are not conceding. He's trying to get them to score goals. He's trying to build an attacking identity, which is a lot harder to build than suddenly becoming solid at the back. You don't become a free-flowing attacking team overnight, because even Pep Guardiola, there's a reason why the first season they finished 4th. Because the attacking identity he was trying to build, it took some time. You don't become a top attacking team overnight, because even in terms of defending, it's easier to coach your defensive structure first to become solid. But when you're trying to coach a team to be moving the ball, free-flowing, score a lot of goals, that takes longer to implement, because you need that kind of chemistry, relationship, and all of those things. And you also go back to the fact that they have so many new players. So many players. On top of the fact that he's trying to build...
He's working with more than 32 players at the training ground. That is practically impossible. Maximum 25, 26.
That's another issue.
He said it, that I'm being made to work with over 32 players. 32.
Some of which he didn't ask for.
Yes, some of which he didn't ask for. The mood region, but he never asked for them.
And some of them to have also. And look, I always say, if you're a manager, you have to take 50% of the blame. But you watch that Aston Villa game. Aston Villa put 2 shots on target, for example.
Chelsea had over
27 shots.
And he mentioned it. He said that the statistics showed that we were on the right path and we had a positive game.
Look, and then you can go back to that Mudryk one-on-one that he missed. What was the score at the time? 1-0, 0-0. I can't quite remember.
That changes the complexion of the game.
If Mudryk does
at something
the time,
it was 0-0.
It was 0-0. That's what I'm talking about. Look, so there are these moments. It's like that sometimes. When you're the manager, at the end of the day, no one cares that Mudryk should have scored at that point. They just care the result is 2-0.
The only thing that for which he should be blamed
is not playing about
now that he's got more creativity, João Felix, and you've decided you won't play the one who is accustomed to scoring goals. You won't play Aubameyang. You get the sack. What is Havertz doing in there?
Dacho Fofana also just chilling on the bench.
Look, when the game finished, the first thing I went to do is look at the XG, because I just knew. And now, lo and behold, as usual, Aston Villa have an XG of 0.8. Yeah. They scored 2 goals. Chelsea have an XG of 1.9, 2.1. They didn't score a goal. Because it's just one of those things. But at the end of the day, I always say, you are the manager.
It's about results.
50% of whatever happens, you are responsible. Yes, it doesn't matter if you play the perfect game and the only goal you concede is that your defender passes it back and the keeper doesn't control
it. Look at how they conceded the first goal. That was a ball that Koulibaly would have dealt with all day. Kukurudu from nowhere just came and used his Jerry hair. You know they have a player with the Permi hair.
Let's get to the highlights of that particular game. Chelsea, Aston Villa, the game that nailed Graham Potter's coffin 2-0 at the Bridge. I'm sure Todd Boehly was probably paranoid about the fans turning on him. I mean, you don't want the fans of a club on your back as a new owner, so something had to give.